Good morning, guys. It's your boy Humble Warrior coming at you guys again with another video. Sorry for the sunlight and stuff like that, but it's a beautiful morning. I was actually looking at a video to where they showed apparently a lot of analysts and a lot of fans. They really are jumping at the idea of Tua being replaced by Tom Brady. And for me personally, I feel like it's a slap in the face of the kid because of his health issues and concerns, which are valid concerns. You know, yes, him being healthy is very important because without him on the field, clearly they suffered. However, there's no denying what he did on the field. There's no getting around it. There's no justification to why you would actually move on outside of his health. Which people say, oh, he got banged up his first, 3 years. Yes, he did. But that is a part of football. However, last season, he showed exactly why he's worth the money that he's about to receive with his fifth-year option and why he should be considered a franchise quarterback, or why he is a franchise quarterback. Case in point, I'm gonna use this example. So Baker Mayfield, who's a hot lightning rod for most NFL analysts to talk about. The number one thing they said with him was what? Everything around him had to be perfect. Everything. And he'll help you, or he'll do enough to help you win games, right? Okay, Tua Tagovailoa, rookie and sophomore, and even last season, he barely had a running game. As a matter of fact, 61% of the time, they were throwing the ball. So they relied a lot heavily on him, which is fine, to deliver ball games. And what did he go out there and do? Against Detroit, he won. Against Chicago, he won. Against Cleveland, he won. Against the Patriots, he won. Against the Baltimore Ravens, down by 21 points in the fourth quarter, he came back and won that game. Now, the defense did create some stops. They did. But he delivered that victory to the Miami Dolphins on his arm. Now, you may want to give the credit to Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. But with that argument, or people say, oh, the weapons that he have, that's what made him him. Can you not say the same about Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert? Patrick Mahomes is a different entity, so you really can't say him because he's doing without Tyreek, and he recreated Juju's career where Juju went out with the Patriots now, and we'll see what he can do with Mac Jones. But Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, the list goes on and on, you know what I'm saying, about the young quarterbacks that have elite number one wide receivers they can throw to. That's what you're supposed to have in football. This ain't when Tom Brady had a list of no-name receivers that he was throwing to, and he made them what they were. That is not how this is. That's not a knock on Tua, because hell, even in college he had a track meet. But Jalen Hurts had that same track meet and did not produce the way Tua did, period. So we're not even going to do the apples to oranges argument. But to say that Tom Brady should be replacing him for 1 year, Tom Brady barely moves around the pocket. And that offensive line with the Dolphins it damn sure is worse than Tampa Bay's. So imagine if he started getting pressure left or right, he going to just take sacks or throw the ball in the dirt. And guess who's going to start getting upset? Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Trent Sherfield. They just signed the dude from the Jets. I can't think of his name right now. Forgive me. They re-signed River Craycraft. They got guys, man, that that are very talented receivers that can go make plays. If you get him Tom Brady, I mean, what is that gonna say? Because he's gonna run his system. He's not gonna run Mike McDaniel's offense. So Mike McDaniel and him will clash because he's not gonna run the offense that Mike McDaniel once ran, which is a combination of things. The pistol, sometimes the shotgun, sometimes play action, sometimes under the center. Sometimes they get real creative with their handoffs and how they would trick a defense. Also depicts upon how he's able to read the safety and manipulate it with his eyes, which Tua does a very great job of, looking off the safety to make sure he can connect the pass where he wants it to go. Things like that play a part in how Mike McDaniel offense was ran. Now, the play was about to really open up this year because that was Tua's first year underneath his system. What do you think he about to do this year? Pending that he stays healthy, he should be able to put up 4,500 yards easily. Pending that he stays healthy. But there's no reason to go out and get Tom Brady. Because the moment that man falters, everybody on the Miami Dolphins will take that hit. You can't say that with Tua because Tua took the entire hit no matter what. Even when the defense against Baltimore was getting 8 up, Tua took that hit. And when they actually won the game, he took a lot of the credit. He gave a lot of the credit to the team, but the media barely gave Tua any credit in that win. They barely gave that boy any recognition. The only thing okay, bro, you gonna hit me? The only thing they showcased was the fact that he led that full quarter 21 point comeback. That's the only highlight he got. Outside of that, they blamed him for that, for being down by 21, because he did those 2 stupid ass picks. So yes, he deserved the lion's share of the blame and the credit at the same time in the same game. However, the end result for that was a dub. Tom Brady lost games this year. Case in point, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the same team that Miami beat, they lost to, and Pittsburgh had 5 of their defensive starters out, including what's that pass rusher's name? TJ Watt, including him. He was out that game, and the Bucs still lost because Tom Brady played like stir fry, in the words of Shannon Sharp. However, Tom Brady didn't take no blame. The teammates around him did. But the narrative around Tua has to change. Like, people have to start giving this kid respect. If he comes out this year and balls like I know he can, and he stays healthy and lead them to a deep, when I say a deep playoff run, I mean AFC Championship. Hell, let's shoot for the moon, Super Bowl. Get the Dolphins to the Super Bowl. If you win the Super Bowl, they're gonna start. I guarantee if they win the Super Bowl, they're still not gonna look at Tua as a franchise quarterback. They're gonna say that the Miami Dolphins loaded up to assist Tua Tagovailoa in winning the Super Bowl. They're not gonna put the onus or the credit squarely on his lap. They're not gonna say Tua led the Dolphins. They're gonna say the Dolphins built up a team around this kid to help him win, as if they're lifting him up on their shoulders to win games. Well, last I checked, Jalen Ramsey, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Jeff Wilson Jr., Raheem Mostert, the list goes on and on. They're not the ones snapping the damn football. It's actually him. But because people don't like the fact how he plays, how he delivers the ball, it's a problem in that regard. How's it a problem? He's getting the job done. He may not be flashy like Lamar or Mahomes, but if he beats them both in a playoff game, how can you continue to diminish what he's doing? And God forbid if he goes toe-to-toe with Mahomes and actually beats him in Arrowhead. I mean, are you really going to continue to see him diminish what he's actually doing? Yeah, this is crazy. I ain't got no parking spot. But that's my whole argument here. It's really not making any sense anymore. It really isn't. This is becoming a situation where, it's sad, but it's also reality. The sad part is, hell, Tua's not going to stand a chance within the media because a lot of people don't believe in him. And I guess they have their reasons, but still, that's ridiculous. It is ridiculous to not give a kid a chance because of how you may think he should be or how you want him to play. That has nothing to do with him as a football player. But hey, let other people tell it. He's bum, he's a bust, he's this, he's that, he's not reliable, he's questionable, his arm strength is this, his pocket awareness is that. It's always an excuse. But let people like Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, just name a few guys, let them do the exact same thing that Tua has done, and they will get a boatload of credit for the simple things they do compared to Tua, who does the exact same things that they do, but probably better. He gets no credit for it. He takes more ridicule and stays quiet than any other quarterback in the league. Patrick Mahomes don't get beat down like that. Neither, and Jalen Hurts went to the Super Bowl, and he didn't even take such a beating like Tua has, which to me is mind blowing. The man went to his first Super Bowl, and did he play good? He played decent. I'm not gonna sit here and say Jalen Hurts played great in the Super Bowl, because I saw the same old Jalen from college. The only difference was that he relied heavily on AJ Brown to, help him out. But other than that, the man played the same way that he'd been playing. And people gave him all the credit because he put over 300 yards in the Super Bowl and rushed the ball. They had 3 rushing touchdowns. He had more rushing yards than his running backs in the Super Bowl. But he got credit. So it doesn't really fit the narrative that Tua isn't the answer, that he isn't what the Dolphins need. He's exactly what the Dolphins need. It just, this whole fan base is pushing to the left. Now, I'm not going to say the whole, that's wrong. A majority of people are pushing to get him out of Miami. Why? Don't know. Have you not seen what he can do? I mean, yeah, his rookie and sophomore year were kind of discouraging, but look at what he had around him. They gave him Jalen Waddle his sophomore year. He maximized Jalen Waddle. Over 1,000 yards. Back-to-back season with 1,000 yards for Jalen Waddle already. And Tua went from 26 to 3,500 yards. I think it's 3,600 yards this year. So extra 1,000 yards he put up with the addition of Tyreek Hill. So yes, his health that's the biggest piece to the puzzle. But his play, his performances, that's not to be questioned. That should not require you keep saying, oh, well, he should be replaced by Tom Brady, because that don't make no damn sense. But that's my 2 cents, guys. I got to get out of here because I do go to work. But just thought, I would let you guys know what I was thinking about. Let me know how you guys feel. If you're Miami, do you stick with Tua or do you go to Brady? You already have my answer. You stick with Tua. Peace.